Hello everybody, Frouwo here, going to be bringing you game 2 now of the Starladder Season 8 LAN Finals, LAN Grand Finals, mind you. Alliance versus Navi, now playing against each other for the second game. Alliance being tied up by Nathan in that last game though. Alliance losing in a very quick GG. I'm going to hop right in the draft here as I am a bit behind, but we have the Visage, the Enchantress, the Bane, and the Clockwork, as well as the Bristleback banned out by Alliance. Navi banning out the Prophet, the Shadow Shaman, the Crystal Maid, the Lich, as well as the Chen. And in the meantime, Alliance picking up the Alchemist, the Timbersaw, the Io, and the Tusk. Navi, in the meantime, picking up the Invoker, the Luna, the Dazzle, as well as the Tree and Protector. So we're going to see a Dendi Invoker once again. Who's going to be playing the Luna. Alliance last picking up that Magnus, so S4, real big fan of the Magnus, but I'll see if he ends up playing it. Tusk, of course, going to be possible mid-hero, but again, gonna wait on when they pick up everything. But another interesting pickup by Navi is the Dazzle and the Tree and Protector, and actually last pick TA as well. So gonna be interesting for sure to see how this is played out. Funnick gonna be on that Templar Assassin, it seems, and game about to start, I would hope. Any second now, my friends. And there we are. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with Alliance. Alliance S4 gonna be playing that Magnus solo mid, Aki on the Tusk, EGM on the Io. Bulldog gonna be playing his Timbersaw, and Loda gonna be doing the carry Alchemist. So no support Alchemist this time, going to be the carry Alchemist. Certainly not played carry as often as the Chemical Rage did get nerfed in the last 6.79 patch, so Loda gonna see if it can work out well anyway. Likely gonna need to build up a little bit more survivability than they usually used to, or than he's used to on Alchemist post-patch. And now Vost gonna be playing the Luna, Funnick on the Templar Assassin, Kurikai gonna be playing the Dazzle, Dendi on the Invoker, and Puppy gonna be playing the Tree and Protector. So both teams rotating around in their own woods, not gonna find each other, however, and then they're gonna start working his way back towards that mid lane, as the rest of Navi just chilling down here. Kurikai gonna pop an offensive lane ward, just to make sure that again Luna can get to farm up. Luna, very farm heavy hero, certainly needs lots and lots of items to be super effective. Not too well without, let's say, at least BKB. Definitely needs at least BKB, much like Gyrocopter. But more interesting, I guess, is Alliance. Gonna have to see how this Tusk works out. I haven't previously watched any of Aki's Tusk games. It has been picked up by Alliance before, but I assume it's a very strong level 1 kind of hero, as you can trapping people with the ice shards. Snowball being a nice stun as well, gonna get everyone you need over there if they're sitting next to you. And it'll be trailing top Havost, as well as Puppy and Kurikai gonna be up here. And now Funnick gonna be in the offlane TA solo here. Aki, Loda, as well as EGM gonna look for a kill here. Funnick gonna be in trouble. Has the refraction and pops it. Not gonna last him long enough, however. All 2 charges melting very quickly, and actually going to make it away, so well played by Funnick there. Alliance even getting that early dust just to make sure they can contest Funnick with that early gank. Puppy can rotate towards the bottom lane, it seems. Funnick and get more help than they expected. They wanted to go Trillian versus Trillian, but it's just going to be Bulldog up here versus the Luna and Dazzle. And in the meantime, S4 Dendi fighting it out in the mid lane, and Funnick zoning up by Aki right now. Puppy now arriving to the bottom lane. Instantly gonna make a pull. But yeah, it really seems that Alliance gonna be super reliant on S4 this game. The RP really being the setup for them in all of their team fights. Probably RP into Alchemist stun, and they're just going to put a whole load of damage, and Navi will be unable to do anything about it as they're stunned up for such a long period of time. And of course, that burst polarity does go through BKB, so even when Havos does manage to pick that up, it won't be the best item to have, but it certainly will help out from some of the magic damage. And yeah, so Alliance gonna go for that team fight oriented build. Navi looking just really, it seems, I'm not sure how or what they're gonna do as far as the build goes.
Thanks.
And Havos as well as Funnick gonna rotate lanes. They want to get the early farm on the TA, of course. Havos can farm longer over time, and actually, nope, just both sides are rotating. Kurikai and Havos gonna fight up against the tri-lane of Alliance. And yeah. So let's open that last hits chart. So actually instant rotation as soon as they see the Navi players down there. Ejim and Aki just going mid straight away. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to be solo on this off lane now. So a 3 versus 1. Alliance not even going to bother with mid. Not nighttime, so Denny can certainly see up the hill and be aware of any of those ganks. Loda gonna tango through by teleport. And both lanes it seems rotating. Alliance not want to go tri-lane versus tri-lane, rather just have their tri-lane against the soul lane. Both teams want to get farm, and Navi realizing this tri-lane stronger can really spook Alliance out of there. But, certainly interesting early rotations from both teams. And Funnick. Take some damage from Bulldog here, but not too much. Denny doing well in this lane, but not as well as S4 having to deal with the melee invoker, of course, so it could be a lot tougher for him to deal with it than Dandy. So Dandy doing decently in lane, but again, S4 doing much better as he does have the melee disadvantage. And now 3 heroes up top for Alliance. Bulldog going to rotate all the way to the bottom lane, so a lot of lost farm by both teams here as they are rotating back and forth, not wanting to go have their solo laner up against the tri-lane. Alliance actually satisfied with that, but Navi not so much, realizing they do have the stronger tri-lane. With the Treant and the Dazzle, much more heals, can really have more sustain. We'll just throw out harass after harass after harass and not worry about being harassed back at all. But Aloda not putting any points to that Grievous Greed, so really just looking for the early game aggression, it seems. Pretty interesting by him, not really playing a full carry build, no greed there as far as the carry goes as well. Level 5, still no points in the Grievous Greed. Aki gonna do a pull. Funnick can't do anything about it really. He is a Templar Assassin, really no escape mechanism aside from the meld, and Alliance does still have 1 dust left. And in the meantime, Puppy roaming around. Not really leveled up experience-wise at least. Still level 2. Kurikai level 4. And Funnick level 4, so falling behind a level behind the rest of his team. That's really expected as he is just running around and likely throwing out the heals as well as he can. People are going to start stacking the Ancients. And yeah, very passive from both teams this game, looking just to farm up it seems. In the carry fight, I'm not sure how big of an impact it's going to be from the carries, or that it's going to be based on the play from the entire team rather than just the carries. Because really Alchemist can't do too much without the Empower from S4, and Luna going to be focused on real quick by the Alchemist if her team cannot save her. But of course then you're going to have the great crowd control, as you will have the Tornado, all that kind of nice stuff. And in the meantime, top lane Funnick now in a bit of trouble. Stun up from Loda. Snowball from Aki. Alliance, however, not going to get the kill. Funnick moving way too fast. Does have the boots early. And the phase not good enough. Aki, of course, no boots yet for him. He uses a support. Not going to get the boots. And S4, cold snapped up. Going to be harassed at a lane very well. And Funnick going to be healed up by Puppy. Of course, that regen being nerfed on the healing touch, or living armor rather. Regen being increasing by level now. But again, both teams really passive lane stage. Not even contentious, sitting here in the bottom lane, letting add Bulldog soak up experience. Not really getting any harass onto each other though. Luna looking for Lucent Beam, but nothing there. Something Alliance, or rather, Navi rather, really seemingly missing is stuns. Then he does have the cold snap. Luna does have Lucent Beam. It's a very short stun though, so it's not too much of an impact. But certainly, support with no stun is not something you desire, but they're looking really for sustainability in the laning phase as well as in the late game with the Shallow Grave. Poison Touch does have that stun at level 4, I think, guaranteed. But yeah. And Alliance chilling out in the top lane still. Really nothing to talk about aside from items and I guess like advantages and such, but Navi's winning the golden experience wars so far. Last hit's going heavily into Avos favor over Loda. Dendi next in line, and Bulldog need to take some harassment here from Kurikai. Does have the chain up, so he can always just chain away. And in the meantime, Funnick in a bit of trouble now. Living armor coming from Puppy, and rotation in from Kurikai. Heals up onto Funnick, and wow, Funnick just being so livable right now. Tankable. Tanky, rather, and EGM actually going down to the Sunstrike there, as you saw at the top of the screen, falling to the Sunstrike from Dendi, so Navi joining the first blood, turning around a trailing gank from Alliance. So their Treant pick, and as well as Kurikai showing off very well, letting Funnick live in that situation, as he surely seemed as if he was dead. Now Bulldog taking a lot of harass here from Host. Does have the level 4 Lucent Beam, so certainly not something to be trifled with. So we're going to head bottom, look for that rune. It is going to be a regen, so he's going to be all okay on that front. And rotation from EGM on Loda and Loda on the bottom lane. No smoke, however. And all of Alliance really just looking for a kill on Host at this point. Host going to be living armored up. Loda rotating in, and start taking a bit of damage, but canceled TP by, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was a Puppy, but Vos pops the solo ult onto S4. S4 being blown up instantly by that ultimate. Not even being able to cast its RP, so Vos can together safely while getting a kill in the process. Somebody really seems to be winning out this laning phase, and Tusk in the mid lane. Actually in the top lane dying. To Funnick and Kurikai. Hit him with the Sunstrike, I would assume. So, as I was saying, Navi really winning out in this laning phase so far. But both teams going to look to trade towers now, it seems. Solidifying some points up in that Grievous Greed. And S4 charging Puppy back. Doesn't get the RP off again. Cast time too long. Cold Snap stunning him up. And Puppy just going to armor up the tower on the bottom lane as it's fortified. And slowly going to be chipped away. Now going down to Loda. Mid tower going to go down. No last hit for Navi, but just getting all the tower gold spread around. Dendi going to get another kill on Tusk here. And Bulldog now seemingly in trouble. Ice wall drop by Dendi. And Bulldog going to make it away safely. Suddenly getting a good start in this mid lane. 3-0-1. Already has a 4-step up and 1,500 gold on top of that. So very well played by him, hitting those 2 Sunstrikes, getting those 2 kills, killing Tusk a second time. And of course getting that Sunstrike on top really when they kill the Wisp. So acts around the map even though he hasn't really left the mid lane. Just really Sunstrike after Sunstrike after Sunstrike. The gank potential of course is really high with that Invoker, as he doesn't need to be there to do the damage. Just needs people to hit the Sunstrike. And smoke up from Alliance, gonna look to get a kill mid it seems. So we're gonna watch Dendi here. Nope, Alliance rather, no. Changing their minds, going back and forth, gonna go mid now it seems. And Dendi has the Ghost Walk, but not gonna get it in time. Just send up just before he can cast it, and Alliance getting their first kill on the board.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pause out from Dendi. 12 minutes a game, or 13 minutes nearly, rather. It'll be a good time to check up items on all the heroes. Egypt's buying dust, no boots yet on him. Loda getting the Shadow Blade up pretty early. 1 point in Gruvel's Greed still, so not looking to farm too heavily, rather just be very active in the mid game and see if they can take out Navi in that sense. We're going to go on Loda here. Loda having no ult for another 5 seconds, does have the Shadow Blade though, so safe from that. Loda being healed up pretty quickly as they understand that Dendi does have the Sunstrike. Actually, Dendi down, so no, just wanted to heal up before Dendi revives, I assume. No Sunstrike attack going to come up from him though, in that sense. S4 working towards the treads now, already, oh, no rather, Dendi working towards the treads. Necro maybe even, just going to keep brown boots for the time being. And Devost, getting near that BKB, just needs the recipe at this point, and teleport in from S4. May not go on Havos this time with the RP, as Havos blowing him up previously with the ultimate. Creeps doing a little damage to that bird there. And Kurakite now in trouble on the mid lane. Going to be blown up by 4 Alliance heroes. No time to cash Shallow Grave, just blown up very quickly. S4 going to find a DD mid now, and Alliance going to try and take down this mid tower as Navi go for the bottom tower. So a 1-for-1 tower trade here, it's likely. And slowly going down. S4 throwing out the shockwaves, but push continues from Navi. Tower goes down for Navi mid, however, Loda not getting last hit this time. Luna getting last hit on this tower bottom. Relocated from EGM and Loda onto Phonic. Phonic dusted up now by EGM. Stunned up and in a bit of trouble. Bulldog. And Loda not gonna be able to get him, it seems. Still, no. Bulldog gonna let the Chakram do the work, and now very far behind the tower. No mana either for a Timber Chain. Not for another 30 mana or 19 seconds as he's waiting on his mana boots. And could be in trouble with the good rotation on Navi, but EGM gonna come and save him. And Navi not gonna be able to do anything. Havos still chasing, however. And Havos gonna back off now as Frouwo starting to come in. So 2 towers down for each side now, both losing their bottom towers and their mid towers. And Denny getting that early Necro up as he has done throughout the tournament, really. Loda gonna look towards the Ancient stack now, it seems. Building the Vitality booster. Could see a Vanguard. Likely gonna see a Heart later on for that though. Vanguard not a good late game item if they're looking to take a late game, but certainly a decent mid game item as well as a decent early game item. But Shadowblade and Vanguard is really nothing to laugh at as it's only 60 minutes in the game still, and Girl's Greed really starting to help out. But Alliance rather just gonna consider taking Roshan. Nope, gonna take Roshan. S4 popping the double damage. Loda dropping the acid spray, and Roshan gonna be focused down as Navi take the tier 1 top. Navi, I guess, having the feeling that Alliance is doing this, not seeing any of them on the map or rotating in with the wards they have. However, Bulldog not teleporting back really has the ability to blow up the creep wave, so he's the best choice for doing so. And Alliance now about to finish the Roshan, likely going to TP immediately to that top lane, but no teleport on Loda. EGM has a barricade up though. And Luna getting blasted on tower top. So Navi getting 2 towers in exchange for that Roshan that Alliance managed to pick up. Loda getting that early Aegis. And Phonic picking up the drums. Denny with the Necro 2 now in his stash. Puppy getting some Sork boots as well as it seems a medallion there. No, buckler rather, so he's going to work towards that mechanism. And Alliance all being mid. Navi on the other side, but going to split up. Farm some woods, farm some creeps. And Loda being empowered up from S4, going to be able to farm this Ancient Sect very easily, especially with his ult up and the overpower from Io. Loda taking a bit too much damage there, however. Regen isn't enough on his ult apparently. 3 mid, or all mid really for Alliance, just protecting Loda really as it does this stack. Navi are not interested in that, looking to push, or look for top. Probably serving as bait. And I think Alliance may have spotted it out earlier. No, this was going down a bit too late to spot it out, but may have seen all these Navi heroes top. But not going to do anything about it really. Host and Dunny gonna put some damage on the tier 3 tower maybe, but it might not be the best ideas as Loda and EGM are rotating in now. And Bulldog working towards the Bloodstone smoke up from Alliance. And they're gonna try and look for a kill here, or an engagement at least, as Loda and EGM can always relocate in. So rotating towards, it seems, the Navi woods, but not going to find any Navi there. They're all sitting in the mid lane, which should be evident from the creeps they just killed. So Alliance now just immediately falling back and going to try and defend this tier 2 tower. S4 now having the blink, so Navi could be in a surprise here. But spotted out, so S4 may not be able to surprise for the first time with the blink. Loda and EGM now rotating mid. Don't want to be able to relocate if they don't have to. Could always save it for a chase. But Navi gonna play very cautiously in this. Want to see if they can get Alliance to engage into them. But Alliance doesn't really feel like chasing today. And Navi just gonna sit back. Vos does have the Helmut Dominator as well as a BKB now. And Dendi still with the Necro 2 Force Staff. Headdress now up on Puppy, so still working towards the mechanism. Another 700 away, and he should have it. In the meantime, 20-minute mark now upon us. With the gold totals, and Vos very much in the lead. Well, not very much in the lead, but rather 200 in lead. Stun up from Loda. Loda just gonna head back, not being able to throw it on anyone there. Thought he might be able to catch out Phonic. But both carriers being relatively close, mid laners next in line, but Dendi very much ahead of S4 as he does have 2k gold advantage in that sense. Phonic being closer to S4 in that sense, and Bulldog next in line, very much under farm at least compared to Phonic. But it could just be the 2 tower advantage that Navi have on them as far as gold goes. And it seems both teams just really meandering mid right now. Navi being here for quite a long time. It's about 2-3 minutes now. And gold in Navi's favor. Tower advantage likely. And experience slowly falling on Navi's favor. So Alliance getting a bit more out there, likely from the Roshan and a couple kills they might have had. But Sentry's placed down mid, looking for some Navi wards. Phonic caught out there. Vos now going to be stunned up by Loda, lobbing that all the way across the screen. And Alliance starting to push out further and further away from their tower. Power up on Loda, and S4 staying in the back, waiting for that engagement. Loda now force-stopped up by Dandy. Loda taking a lot of damage with the overpower as well as the ult. Rather just the overpower healing up pretty quickly. Ult comes out from Dazzle, gonna reduce that armor down slowly and slower, or lower and lower. EGM getting down to negative 14 armor there at the end of the ult. So Dazzle's certainly going to be a potent factor in these fights, as the Dazzle ult plus the bouncing glaives from Luna not something to be trifled with. And Funnick in a bit of trouble here in the bottom lane, relocating, and RP expended by S4, so a lot used there just for the single kill on Funnick, but Alliance not really upset, as they are likely going to get this tower. Lane was pushed when they did go on to Funnick. So Alliance showing their power. Fortify as well as the living armor comes up. Navi looking maybe to rotate in, but not doing so quick enough. Loda gonna farm for a little bit more. And they're gonna start working towards an assault Kuros. Already 22 minutes in the game, so pretty impressive by him. Just needs the Hyperstone as well as the Chainmail. And you'll have it. Puppy 400 till that mechanism. Denny now with the Necro 3 gonna start pushing this tower. And Ice Wall comes out from Tusk, and Luna popping the BKB, going onto Loda. Loda being blown up very quickly here by the Luna ult. Denny rather getting the kill on the mid lane in the meantime. Bulldog in a bit of trouble now. Stun up too quickly and not going to be able to chain out, as Cold Snap denying that. And Navi going to look to push mid now, it seems. Loda buying back cover. Navi may just look to fall back, and indeed they do. That's all they wanted to see Loda buy back, or forced to buy back, so they didn't lose this early set of racks. Not sure how much Navi could have done in terms of damage to it, though. For it was like you could have held it off, especially with the spam coming up from S4 as well as Aki. And Loda gonna keep farming up on this bottom lane. The power proving very, very good, farming very quickly with it up on him. Let's take a closer look at that spell. 20%. So the bonus damage is scaling by percent rather than just plus, and giving the bonus damage to Cleave as well. And S4 gonna charge down off the cliff. Was in a bit of trouble there if he had. Was not going to, but now he's being dewarded there, so not too happy with that. And both teams really just playing as 5 right now, not splitting up too much from each other. Navi going to be sitting mid in a few. Roshan going to be up in 36 seconds now. A very short timer in that, Roshan. Might stop balling up a double damage, so if that Roshan is up soon enough, S4 is certainly going to expend it and get the quick kill on Roshan. As Loda still looking around the farm, and power about to wear out, so cut out from Denny in the Roshan pit. They can't see the timer, but we can, so 10 more seconds on that now, it seems. And Loda gonna farm up the Ancient Stack in the meantime, only double stack this time, so be able to handle it with just his ultimate. And of course the Empower from S4. Nearly having that Assault Kuros again after having to buy back earlier. And it's going to fly it out, has the Hyperstone in his inventory. So Alliance having the Vitality booster as well as the Hyperstone and Shadow Blade up on Loda already, 25 minutes in the game. Opposed in the meantime only having, or rather getting closer and closer to a Yasha. Just needs the recipe. And the BKB as well as the Helmet Dominator. So Navi going to wrap all the way around here. Alliance may be caught out. EGM going to be gone upon by Havos. Havos going to not be able to get him though as EGM tethers back into the pit. Alliance dodging that very well, but all backing off. Navi checking if Roshan knows if indeed it is, and gonna do some Ancients. Wait for Alliance to go in the pit. They're not gonna spot Alliance do this unless they have vision over here. They do not, and Navi's likely knowing at this point that there is a Roshan up. But, I'm not going to contest, it seems, so maybe they don't know. Didn't feel like Alliance would come in through the other way. And Navi gonna take this bottom tower now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And not sure where that Sunstrike hit, probably on the Roshan or something.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Alliance gonna rotate in as the tower goes down. Havos gonna be focused down here by Loda. Punch out from Aki, but not gonna be enough. Oh, S4 doing a magnificent RP there. Mech popped by Puppy. And Bulldog gonna go down here. Nearly, but focus is now gonna be Loda. Loda popping the ultimate. Aki going down on those back lines, and not gonna go down the regen from the chemical race, gonna be too strong here. So Navi rather, getting 2 kills in that fight, I believe. EGM going down, and oh no, EGM relocating out. And I was wondering why they were all standing there, but EGM wasn't standing. Gonna relocate out and pop back in that position. I assume saving either S4 or Aki. And Navi now gonna see if they can break the high ground of Alliance. Necro 3, of course, can do a lot of damage. And Navi just gonna back off. Certainly a good trade for them, popping that just on Loda and getting the kill on EGM as well as Aki. Not getting the Roshan though, but losing the tower. Killing the tower rather. So Navi 7,500 gold in the lead and experience trending very much back on there for 5k ahead now. So Dendi now picking up the route to travel. Phonic working towards a BKB. Puppy with the mechanism that really won them the T-fight last fight, healed up all the heroes. And Havos now finishing up the Yasha. So Navi taking a commanding lead in this game so far, 20 minutes in. And S4 gonna work towards the BKB as well, has the blink now, and Phonic gonna finish up the BKB. Aki working towards the mechanism, still up on him. Brown boots and such, though. And Aki going to be caught out here, it seems. And going down slowly. However, maybe of just fading the RP out from S4. S4 now RPing 3 of Navi's hero. Havos maybe going down here. Pops the BKB. Life stealing though. And heal from Kurikai. Loda being spotted out. And Phonic getting the kill on EGM there, but paying with his life for it. So Dazzle going down. The Acid Rage killing him off. And that fight not really going in Navi's favor, losing 3 there. Puppy, Phonic, as well as Kurikai, is who I'm looking for. Havost and Dendi meantime living, so their 2 cores,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2 of their cores stay alive. Phonic, however, did fall into that very deep dive. And S4 now finishing up that BKB after the fight. And Bulldog finishing up the Bloodstone and also has a cloak as well. And S4 again with that Magnuson RP last fight with the triple RP. Then the Ice Wall from Aki, trapping them and not letting them go the way they wanted to, having to walk all the way out and around. 5 second shards. The shards actually last a lot longer than I thought they would have. And Sunstrike out from Dendi, just farming the mid lane, I think, or another lane. 100% sure. There's no Sunstrike indicator on the spectator mode. We're gonna farm up some more ancients for himself, however, and maybe gonna work towards the heart now. Or BKB actually has the Ogre Club, so certainly what he's looking for, and just buys it straight out. So Loda getting up a lot of items now. Could be a good time to check out the net worth graphs, and still actually behind Havos. As Havos does have the Manta, Helmet Dominator, BKB, and sitting on 3.3k gold. Oh, wow. Gonna be interesting to see what his next item is. Could be the butterfly. Could be the reaver, or not the reaver, rather, the satanic. I don't know why I get this confused. And Puppy gonna buy up a blink for himself on the train protector. That's support money going to a good cause in the blink. And Aki now finally finishing up that mechanism. And RP from S4 onto Vos. Vos in a bit of trouble now. Relocate from Loda and EGM. And gonna fall to the timber saw of Admiral Bulldog. So Vos being caught out there by the relocate and the gank up from Aki and Bulldog. And meanwhile, that relocate was apparently from mid, and Io just going back to the mid lane and dying very quickly. But that RP expended again, just on one hero there. Going to be on cooldown for another minute or so now. And Denny picking up an ultimate orb, going to work towards the Hex, of course. Loader not feeling safe in the bottom lane anymore. Going to teleport in mid. Says, hey S4, get away from my creeps. I need the farm. Powered up now as well. Just look at that damage he already does with the Empower on him. 115 as well as the 91, so nearly hitting for 200, well, hitting over 200 damage, pretty much. So certainly a strong combo, especially with the RP from S4 being able to come out, and then the Alchemist AoE stun. All sitting in the Acid Spray and just cleaved away by Loda, it seems, is the end goal here. But Funnick setting the BKB drums and 2.0k goal now. But Vos indeed going to go for that Eagle Song, as I mentioned earlier. Seemingly buying it just before he died or otherwise. Top tower going to be healed up by Puppy in the meantime. Going to be tough for Alliance really to push down these towers now that Puppy has the max living armor. Some harass from Dendi and these Forest Spirits onto Loda. Loda killing the Necro as well, going to take that extra damage, but regions up very quickly with the Overpower and the Chemical Rage. So no big deal there. Vost another 1700 gold from the Eagle Song at this point, and really an even game now, it seems. Navi's still in the lead though, even after the couple ganks, but again, both teams really just content with farming, especially Navi. Well, not really Navi at this point. They've already taken a lot of outer tower, so they can't really push unless they have someone down in alliances. That high ground pushes is very hard to contest. But Roshan gonna get that time in a couple seconds now. Alliance in the meantime gonna farm up the Ancients. We're just being able to do it so fast with the Overpower. And Basher now up on him. Likely to build on that Greater Basher. Won't be too long for him to get it. Navi now moving their way top. Roshan going to respawn up on a very short timer, only 41 seconds, so two very short respawns coming out in a row. Alliance, good for them really, because Navi haven't contested the Roshan fight too much. S4 though, going to be spotted out by this Navi ward, but backs off as soon as he sees the closest Navi hero. And that ward now about to expire even. Host hammering a creep up, gonna send it towards the ancient stack now, one would assume. And Roshan spawning in about 10 seconds now. Loda, if he does want to go towards the Greater Basher, only about 2,000 gold off now. S4 in the top lane, getting that BKB as he had been building earlier. And yeah, not too much in terms of action, just both teams sitting back, chilling like villains. And Vos bring out his rest of his butterfly. Healing touch going on in that top tower, still healing it up. Roshan now up. Navi likely spotting it with the trap. Now it's going to move in the pit. Attempt to do it. And indeed they are. Loda going to be able to solo, it seems, with the minus armor from the acid spray. as well as the Assault Kira. So a lot of minus armor coming out from Alliance, as well as Navi with the all from Dazzle. Degrading armor per second. Wow. Looking towards the Scepter, actually, it seems. Alliance, of course, getting the Aegis. She's going to be on S4. And Loda not actually picking up Aegis. I assume going to Admiral Bulldog instead. Indeed it is. So Bulldog going to be a bit safer now. Has the blink. And Dendi picking up the Hex now. So both teams really starting to get up a lot of items. No surprise there, as both teams have been farming like mad. And really a lot different last game after Navi pulling out the very aggressive strat versus Alliance's seemingly aggressive strat. And smoke up from Alliance, gonna be roaming around in the woods waiting for some poor sucker to walk up the hill, and that poor sucker could be Havost. Havost actually walking up the hill just as Alliance back off, so unlucky there from Alliance, very lucky by Havost, however. And RP out of S4, gonna RP just Phonic, relocate in from EGM, and Loda setting himself, and Loda EGM just gonna rotate and go back to farming. Alter again expended by S4 on just one hero, but Alliance really gonna take anything they get as they are down in kills at this point in time. Power actually out on Bulldog, now going to farm the Ancient Stack. Dendi now going to be in a bit of trouble. Not in trouble, rather, just not going to be able to farm his Ancients. Able to force staff away, of course. And ward going down in the Ancient camp from Alliance, so going to have to deward that. Navi is, as the Ancients will not spawn if it is there. Traps, however, do not do that. They just spawn on top of the traps. Wards, not so much. And two heroes coming within a pretty close distance to each other. More interesting in the past 5 minutes as, again, neither team really engaging. Could see a go on Luna sometime in the woods, however, as the ward is here for Alliance. And, yeah. Loda gonna try and push this tier 1 tower top. Living armor rather to come out of puppy soon, likely, however. And no. Loda's gonna take the tower. Meanwhile, Tusk dying on the mid lane. Being caught out of position there, I would assume. It teleports out from Navi onto the bottom tower, wanting to defend it from Alliance. Loda now. No teleport, really has to rely on the relocate from EGM if they want to get out of here. But Navi not going to chase. Not enough heroes there to try and take out Loda. And both teams to resume the farming. Bulldog take as many creeps from the Radiant Woods as he can. Doesn't want Havost to get him. I don't know if that ward died or if it was dewarded, but it's gone now, guys. Or actually, no, like it was dewarded, as I believe Dendi does have the gem. Yes. We're looking on to Havost being caught up by this ward, and Bulldog, as well as Loda, gonna be able to focus him down. Some coming out from Loda, and Bulldog just being able to blow up with the Timber Chain and the Loading Blades. Bulldog now sitting at 3,600 gold. Could look towards a pipe. Does have the cloak already, but I doubt it. He does. More likely to go for his Shivas. And the Lion's going to make an attempt on this bottom tower, it seems. As they have killed Luna, one of the spookiest players on Navi with all the farm. Sitting on 2,100 net worth, and Loda now getting a little bit ahead in terms of that farm. Look at the Google Ref even shows that Navi falling a little behind in the gold lead. And experience as well, just the relocates by Alliance proving very strong. And then you're going to drop the meatball as well as deafening blast. Loda. All negative armored up now, so push may have to stop with the Dazzle coming out. And Loda gonna kill that Centaur. Doesn't want to be stunned up again by it. And both sides, Loda, cool snap, as well as the armor from the... Oh my god, armor getting down to nearly negative, like 15 there on the carry with an Assault Kuros. God, Navi gonna push back. Alliance tower falling, but falling 600 HP lower than they wanted to. His full is always the best, but Puppy rather, going to just be able to spam living armor. Loda now hexed up, Frost Wall, all coming up from the host. Loda not popping the BKB yet, however. Still 10-second charge, pops the BKB now, and gonna chase down Havost as well as Dendi. Your Havost are gonna be stunned up by Loda. No, but Dendi gonna be the target here of all of Alliance's aggression. Polar Punch out onto Phonic. And Dendi gonna go down. Nope. Shallow Grave from Kurakai. Puppy blinking on the high ground and alting. Now Ejim going down as well as Loda. S4 sure to go down next, but makes it away barely. Oh, nope, hexed up. And the last Lunar Beam from Luna. And S4 immediately buying back. And buyback status. Tusk does not have it, but Loda does indeed. Ejim has it as well, so can buy back if needed. But Loda buying back. Gonna try to defend this tower. Ejim buying back as well, so Alliance really not wanting to lose this mid tower, this mid racks. And Havost can be electried up here. Charge brought back into the base. Pops BK pops the Manta. Now Loda hexed up. Losing a lot of armor here from the Dazzle. And Havost. Shell graved up. Going to kill Admiral Bulldog. Now Rax Bear as the tower goes down. Alchemist killing Phonic in the meantime as the Rax continue to go down and chasing onto Puppy. Puppy going down. Just being the distraction here as the Rax are focused down. And Force Spirits going to take care of it. So Alliance losing the mid melee Rax there. Paying 2 supports life for it. No big deal though. Puppy and Phonic really don't care. Well, Phonic actually not being a support, but rather just the offlaner working towards a butterfly now it seems. Has, of course, the BKB as he had earlier. And Dagon purchase from Bulldog here. Gonna try and burst down who he can when he can. And force that now in S4 as well as the blink. Dendi could be in trouble here as the reverse polarity and the relocate from lines could always come out. And indeed it is. S4. Shallow Grave from Kurakai. Dendi. Tornado. And is he going to make it away? Nope. Blinking from S4. Ejim teleporting out and relocating out rather. But Dendi falling there for Navi. Line's going to make nothing of it but another Roshan attempt. So this is 4th Roshan for them, isn't it? I'm not sure. Probably just the 3rd. I'm not sure if they got cheese in the last one or not. I don't think they did. Nah, this is the 3rd one for sure. And cheese being dropped. So 3 Roshans for Alliance solely now. Loaded up picking up the cheese or the Aegis. I'm gonna go on-time Rebel Dog the cheese and the Aegis on who did the Aegis get picked up by? Oh, Alchemist. So I did actually not see that, I guess. Alchemist having the Aegis. And as well as sitting on 5.7k, nearly 5.8k gold. Dendi's still dead here. Living armor coming up on the tower from Puppy. Lion's gonna try and siege it once again. Living armor blocking a lot of that damage from Loda. Gonna be a pain for them. Havost now in a bit of trouble. Shell Grave up from Kurakai. And pops the BKB. Has a Satanic now as well, so we can just heal up pretty quickly once he has that Shell Grave on him. And so much coming up from Dendi. Missing or hitting multiple heroes, not doing too much damage to any specific target. And Lion's just gonna back off, it seems. Especially with Dendi now back up as he can really hold off that push well with the Tornado, with the Meatball, with the Deafening Blast. So Alliance falling back now. And Butterfly now up on Funnick. Kurkai with that aghanims. More damage per, or more armor per second rather. Going to be an extra 0.5 or 0.25 armor per second once he gets it up, as well as a much bigger radius. So if we do the math on that, 20 times what? 1.5 is going to be negative 30 armor? Yeah? Yeah. Negative 30 at the end of a weave. Jeez. In the meantime, sitting on 4.6k gold, having that hex still, and Bulldog backing off mid. Puffy picking up a Ghost Scepter, doesn't want to be focused on any of, well, by Loda specifically, it seems. And Tart now picked up by Loda, saving that Vitality booster for quite a long time. And they're going to be very, very tanky now with 15 plus 6 armor, so 21 armor, as well as the heart and the regen from Chemical Rage when he has it up, and the overpower from EGM, who now has a Ghost Scepter. Going to be able to dodge those glaives. And S4 really going to have to get a good RP off if they want to push the base of Navi. Most of the meantime, I'm going to push up top lane, and Bulldog going to pick up the tag on 5 now, or 4 rather. 2 parts at a time. Puppy going to start healing up the bottom tower. It was getting down to what, like 200 by the end of the last fight? By the end of the last fight. But now up to about 1400. So already healed all the way back up from that previous engagement. Alliance really not being able to get any leeway on this bottom push. And text up from Dendy. Navi just really being able to turtle up here. To want to fight with the Aegis up on Loda, of course. And this should be expiring in another 2 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 2 minutes. And Alliance not gonna be able to push this in as all of Navi is here. Puppy gonna cloak himself up, stand a little bit behind. Gonna start healing up that tower, and Navi not really allowing any space for the Magnus here to get an ult off, sitting very, very far apart, so that's for really not having any space to blink in. Lion's gonna make another attempt as Chemical Rage is back up now. Loda gonna start chipping away as quickly as he can. The Empower, of course, doing that large amount of extra damage, hitting for nearly 300 now. Not 300, 400 rather. But Alliance just gonna back off, it seems. Not gonna make an attempt on that tier 1 tower as their mid is pushing in as well as the top. So Alliance backing off there, and Navi gonna look for some blood. Loda, Aki could be the main suspects here. Frostball coming out from Aki. Gonna stop any of that aggression. Loda finding a haste rune as well, so gonna back off. Bavos now sitting on 5k gold, having the Satanic, and Tornado coming out from Dendy. Gonna catch out Aki. Aki in a lot of trouble now. Navi not gonna be able to catch Loda though, is hasted up. But one down for Alliance and Navi. May look to see if they can get a couple mid towers, as that's really the only lane that's pushed in close enough. Maybe push in mid and rotate to another tower, most likely. It seems like the logical thing. So once they have troops in the base, all the backdoor region is disabled on the bottom tower as well as the top tower. Havos would ever going to chip away at this range tracks, does not regen, so nice dodge there from Havos from the Alchemist stun. And Havos now going to look for the top tower, fortified up by Alliance. And Navi now going to siege Alliance, it seems. And Denny getting lasted on tower. Navi satisfied with that, it seems. Going to back off. Was picking up some extra TP scrolls, now sitting on 2k gold. And Loda. Gonna farm up the mid lane now. Has he just for not any more time. And Dagon flying out from Bulldog later on to Havos, it seems. Turner coming out from Dendy. And No push still, no go yet. It's being healed back up very quickly. Gonna have lots of sustain for this push, especially with the heals coming up from Kurkai as well as Puppy. It's a really sustainable draft here from Navi. Don't need to wait on cooldowns, much like Alliance does for the Chemical Rage, to push in and get damage on that tower. Tower already down, by the way, so no big deal there. Bulldog gonna have that Dag in another 5 seconds. Really short cooldown on level 5. Or it's still 4, isn't it? Yeah, level 4 Dag. It's still pretty short cooldown though. And last spray coming up from Loda. The pushing is gonna happen eventually. Once Navi can seemingly break the base. S4 gonna see if he can get RP off. Nope. Charge back onto Vos now, popping the ultimate, getting lots of damage out onto Alliance. Meteor dropped by Dendi, but reverse polarity out from S4 onto Navi, catching Vos as well as Dendi. However, S4 going down, Aki going down, S4 buying back immediately. Loda now gonna be focused down by Navi, dagging out onto Dendi. Dendi, however, gonna be able to cut away Bulldog. Bulldog having to pop the cheese here. And Loda gonna try and 1v1 Funnick, but Funnick blowing up Loda. Loda is going down very quickly. Bulldog in the meantime dying in the bottom lane. S4 gonna chase down Dendi. Not gonna be able to kill him though, as the living armor is upon him. And Loda buying back. May die a second time here, and going to indeed. Alliance is calling it as he dies. And 5-0 there in the mid lane by Navi. Alliance losing this game too, so 2-1 in Navi's favor now. Alliance not winning any games, but having that winners bracket advantage. So Navi match point next match for them if they win the game, and will take home that Starladder Season 8 prize money. But yeah, certainly an interesting game. Navi pulling out some interesting heroes, and yeah, if you enjoyed the cast, again, my name is Frouwo. Spread the word. So if you enjoyed it, spread it around, like it, subscribe, that kind of stuff. If you didn't like it, I really appreciate constructive criticism. Contact me via Twitch, via Twitter, via YouTube, and I will get back to you as soon as I can and try and improve on that kind of stuff you commented on. Make it up to your likings. And yeah, so again, thank you. I will see you guys in the game 3 of this series. And yeah, in the meantime, have a nice day. I will be back in a few.